like to know how many feet I am from it. I did not receive the letter, but I called the township and they told me I could join in on the conversation. And they gave me this number and the access number. So I thought, well, this is perfect, so I can get my questions answered.
It is perfect, and that's what this is all here for. Any resident can call in to these hearings.
But see, I wouldn't have known about it because I didn't receive the letter, and I was assuming it was because I'm not 1,000 feet, or I'm further than 1,000 feet from the new gas well. So I'm assuming that's why I didn't receive it.
Well, that's why you didn't receive the letter, yes.
Okay.
But as far as this meeting,
Well, I
it
was
was,
wondering if somebody could get back to me. I have a map, but I can't tell from that how far my house is from the gas well, or my property line.
Mrs. Renz, I'm happy to get that for you, the footage from your house to the well site.
I think it's a couple thousand feet if I'm guessing the right house. I'm not 100% certain I got the right house, but I believe it's around 2,000 feet.
I did cut out. I didn't hear how many feet.
He said that he believes it's, and I'm looking at the map right now, and I would agree with him. Your house is probably right around 2,000 feet. Your property line up at the corner with the property in question and the Diesenroth, that's probably going to fall somewhere in about the 1,200 foot from the center of the well pad. So those are rough numbers that they'll get back to you with if that's okay with you.
Okay. Yes, that's fine. They can get back to me, but I just assumed that that's why I didn't receive the letter. I was not 1,000 feet from the gas well. So that would be great to me if they could get back and let me know how many feet, my property line is from the gas well.
Absolutely.
and they will do that.
It's in the exhibit 1368. I think if you look at the exhibit, the setback exhibit, you'll see that dimension from the well pad to the property line. I believe that's her property line. So this would be Daniel and Kathleen Renz.
My property line is connected to Brigit's property line.
Yeah, 1,360 feet from the pad to the property line.
So we don't have to pad to the house.
That I estimated at a couple thousand feet.
Okay, and I had one other question. You said the trucks will be coming up 519, so they'll be making that left onto Sabo Road and coming up. So they would probably put in a new bridge if I'm correct, because the bridge at the bottom is only so many pounds. I don't know exactly what it is. But, and also it's very narrow, Sabo Road. And now it's not as narrow as Washington Avenue. If you're taking 50 to Washington Avenue, I know that's very narrow also, with cars parked on both sides, which I don't have the issue with the cars parked on both sides, but obviously, but it's very narrow around the bend. And we have trouble if there's just a regular sized truck, two trucks. You have to pull over into the gully to let them pass you. So I'm just wondering, is there any plans to widen Sabo Road?
I don't believe there are plans to widen it. I know that, as you mentioned, the bridge is certainly planned to be replaced. And if there is and in some cases, they analyze the existing pavement section to determine if it needs additional structure. And in those cases, that the roads tend to get a little bit wider and a little bit nicer. I don't know where that analysis is at this point, though.
Okay. And one other question, as far as the noise, you're saying that the drilling times are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Is that correct?
Mrs. Renz, those are the construction times. The drilling is a 24-hour operation.
So is the drilling like 24/7 then?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, because that's what I have a problem with, the noise.
She's inside the shed.
That's what I was wondering. I thought, I misunderstood the time. I thought that was the drilling time. Okay, thank you.
If there is a problem with the noise, then it would be addressed by range.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
You're welcome. Is there a Joe, is it Briggish? Is there a Mr. Briggish?
He must have hung up.
Is there anybody else on the call line that would like to make a comment? Was there a Mr. Sensky?
Nope.
Hello, is there anybody else on the comment line who has not spoken who wishes to make a comment?
I think they probably hung up. We couldn't hear very well, so it was kind of frustrating when we couldn't hear, so they probably hung up.
We beg your pardon. That was the one thing we did ask you to shout out, and I know you did. So we appreciate that. If anybody else has any other questions, please feel free to add them at this time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have a question. I didn't hear the direct answer. Are they gonna use Washington Avenue and Sabo Road, or just Sabo Road?
Just Sabo Road.
That's it?
Currently, there's trucks go out Washington Avenue to service
Yes, the other well.
the other wells. And, but it'll be Sabo Road.
Okay.
All right, Gary Cowden from the Supervisors. I got a question. During the planning commission meeting, it was talked about that the Carn site was going to be one of the major points for water. That wasn't mentioned tonight. Has that changed?
The trucks will be staged at the Carnes location. And
Okay,
then they'll
so
be
they
escorted.
will be coming 1850. And
519.
are they being planned to go all the way down to Sabo, or are they going to be turning on Washington?
They should be following the route that we had submitted from Sabo to Washington.
But I
Okay,
think we may build this site prior to the replacement of that bridge. I'm not sure of the sequence of that construction, so there may be some traffic on Washington, but certainly we would be using Sabo prior to heavy frac operations.
In and out.
That will be in both directions, into the well site and out of the well site, right?
Correct.
If you're planning on using Washington Avenue for construction and you're moving heavy equipment, that could be an issue just because it is so narrow.
Yeah, yes, understood.
Okay. If there's no other questions, board, solicitor, we will
Motion to close.
make a motion to close the hearing.
second.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is Sue Deesra.
Thank you.
I own the corner of Washington Avenue and Sabo, and I think that's a good idea that you use that access to the well. Sabo Road from 519 to Washington Avenue to the well site, because Washington Avenue is very, very narrow up there with lots of children and animals. So please use Sabo Road as much as you can. If you have to widen it, I give permission, okay, please? Because I don't want Washington Avenue to be jeopardized in any way.
Understood. We appreciate that offer as well.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Motion's been made and second to conclude the hearing. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The hearing is concluded. We are going